The Rogues, they are this group of like, picture them. They're kind of like, like probably I would say like biker type guys. Nah, I wouldn't be bikers, right? Because they don't ride bikes, but they have the grungy kind of, rock kind of black jacket type of look, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, they go there to stir shit up, man. They don't want peace in the city. Everyone's there for peace. Things are going well. Cyrus is up there speaking. Shout out to Cyrus, man. Cyrus, who was only in the movie for maybe 2 minutes, probably has the most memorable line in the whole movie when he says, "Can you dig it?"
We have been unable to see the truth because we have been fighting for 10 square feet of ground. Our turf. Our little piece of turf.
So the Rogues go there and they cause shit. So one of the guys pulls out a pistol, bam, and takes out Cyrus, man. But what does this have to do with the Warriors, Dusty Vision? Oh, I'll tell you. So what happened was the dude from the Rogues ended up, the biker guys, the rock guys, they ended up blaming it on the Warriors, man. So now the Warriors have to fight their way back to Coney Island. Damn, man, that's cold, huh? That's pretty cold that they did that. But yeah, so the movie just basically shows them going from hood to hood, hopping off trains, going to other trains, going through hoods, and literally fighting every gang off. The Orphans, the Turnbull ACs. There was this gang of roller skating dudes. I think they were called the Punks or something. Were they called the Punks? I can't remember. But yeah, they were roller skate. Like one dude was on roller skates, and like it was. I'm telling you, man, it's a really well filmed movie.
I remember I was in New York, and we had a big screening. It was tied to a radio station or something, and we had essentially a screening for teenagers. And I was at that, and we blew the roof off the place. So I thought maybe something was happening here. I think there were 6 or 7 movies that opened that weekend. I had heard that we were doing great business, and the audiences were having a great time in the theaters, and that it looked like we were off to be a big hit.
I thought it was a really good movie, and I still to this day think it's a good movie, and I personally think it still holds up to this day.
The first response, the newspapers, was almost universally bad. And then the next wave, the kind of magazines and longer reviews and all that, were on the whole quite good.
They fight these dudes named the Furies. They were a baseball gang. I gotta say, they were my favorite. They were my favorite. The Furies, man. Because the face paint looked so cool. When I was a kid, it was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. But the Warriors whooped on them. The Warriors whooped on this crew called the Lizzies. The Lizzies, man. The Lizzies were part of the rainbow community. I'm going to let you piece that together. But it was a group of females.
This is a great outfit. What clique is this?
What are Lizzies?
Lizzies. Man, great. Just great. I like that. I like it.
That's right. So they go to party at the Lizzies thinking everything is cool. These are females, man. They're not going to hurt us.
You're the famous Hornets, the guys that shot Cyrus.
Shit, the chicks are packed. The chicks are packed.
But at that time, the Warriors didn't even know that they were being looked for. They just thought that they were just fighting. They had to fight, but they were like, damn, why we got to fight, man? I thought there was a truce. They didn't even know that people wanted to see them gone because they thought that the Warriors did it, man. Because, oh boy, that punk ass dude from the Rogues, they said the Warriors did it. So yeah, so they end up getting busted on by the Lizzies and all that. And then, like I said, at the beginning, and I'm skimming through the movie, you're going to have to go watch the movie. We're not going to like talk about the plot of the movie. We're going to talk about the behind the scenes and all that stuff like that. But I'm just kind of giving you a brief synopsis that's ended up being not so brief. As you can see, 12 minutes later. I'm sorry, I'm a little long-winded when it comes to this movie, but I really love this movie. And I think I'm following along kind of. You guys are following along, right? Am I painting a good picture for you guys of the Warriors trying to fight their way back to Coney Island after they were accused of busting on Cyrus, something they did not do, man? They were there for peace. That's some BS.
And suddenly,
All I'm hearing is that if you go to this movie, The Warriors, somehow people will become agitated and they will begin rioting in the movie and you risk your life going to the movie. That was the word on the street.
But yeah, they eventually get back to Coney Island, have one more big battle, and they do the Warriors come out to play. Yay. They all meet at the end and they fight and they make their way back to Coney Island. Or do they? Because I don't want to give away the ending, even though the movie's fucking 45 years old, and if you haven't seen it by now, then yes, they make it back to Coney Island. God damn it.
Walter had a vision, and he put together a movie that Larry Gordon produced that has stood the test of time.
Very interesting time to release this film. It ended up making 20+ million at the box office, which is not bad for a film, especially considering that it only cost $4 million to make. So they made their money back 5 times, 5 and some change. And that was just back then in the box office. Now that movie has grossed who knows how much. They got video games. Okay, they do plays of the Warriors, theatrical plays. All the actors are still very much involved in Comic-Cons and different type of events where they go and speak on the Warriors. This is a cult classic. People all over the world love this movie. Love this movie. White, black, Asian. Doesn't matter. People love this movie. And it was actually my homeboy Rick, a Mexican dude, who introduced me to this movie. He recorded it off of TV onto his VHS, going back to the VHS thing. So he recorded it onto his VHS. Ironically, the first person who introduced me to adult movie was Rick also. But that's a whole other story. Man, Rick was introducing me to gangs and pussy. God damn. All right, anyway. But yeah, so Rick ended up recording The Warriors off of TV. And yeah, we watched it like the next day or whenever I saw him again. And from then I was hooked. And I didn't get to see the full unedited version till later. I had just seen the TV version, which was a little more condensed because they have to fit it into a certain time period and throw commercials in there and stuff like that and take out the cuss words. I was cool with that though. I was really cool with that. But yeah, I remember just watching this movie and like, yeah, I love this movie. And as an adult, I knew that this is a classic and I wasn't wrong, dude.
I'm at a crossroads every damn day, looking back at my past when I sleep. But living on the edge, not doing enough. Iniquity down to my feet. What do I do when I need a little food and I gotta get the money for the rent? Fall to my knees, pray to the Lord, come my son, he can give me some money, repent.